Greetings, welcome back, M0YKS again. And today I'm going to be looking at my ADS-B setup, which I've recently upgraded. You've seen a couple of recent videos. So I'll have a quick scan and see what upgrades have done for me so far, the benefits, the improvements, what they actually were. And for anybody who's not seen any of that, I've done a few videos recently. So we've got an antenna, we've got an ADS-B 1090 bandpass filter, the Raspberry Pi, the latest software, FlightAware, and we've got the PC running it through the network. So what's it all about? Well, quite a lot of people have been interested and got in touch saying they'd like to get into it. Well, actually, I've been doing it for 5 years. I got sent the equipment from Pat from HRO over in Portland. Hi Pat, thanks very much. It's still working great after 5 years. And what we've been doing is tracking aircraft with it. So obviously this is quite exciting, especially with the current situation. There's a lot of different traffic about. So I've been making a note of a few different aircraft I've picked up, and the reception improvement since I've done the upgrades has been absolutely phenomenal. So I'm going to stop talking, get on with the show. I've got another bit of kit in the background which I've recently purchased that will be revealed as we make this video. Hope you enjoy, and thanks for subscribing. So as you can see, I've got the screen up. We've got the usual aircrafts coming in with a few tails on, watching where the actual flight path is taking place. It's quite busy today, early-ish in the morning, and to the right hand side is the current log. And we've got quite a few aircraft obviously in range with good signals. Since I upgraded the antenna, the actual footprint is a lot bigger. Well, the data that I collected is visible here. You can see where the busiest times are on the dark blue of the flights, and then to the right of the screen you can see the actual footprint which I'm getting reception. That's just for today. This updates on a regular 24-hour basis. This one's actually yesterday's footprint, and you can see on this one it's a very good one. We've actually received some signals very distant, as you can read on the bottom. So we've got quite a few coming in from 250 plus miles. So once again, the setup, that's the Raspberry Pi. We've got the connecting cable going to the FlightAware stick, which has got the 1090 bandpass filter on the top, and that's got the coaxial feed connecting it to the antenna. We've also got the network cable, as you can see, going in there, and that is connected directly to the hub. The Raspberry Pi is powered permanently, stays on, and it's constantly feeding to the network. We're running the SD card, which is a micro SD card. That's got FlightAware, the latest version. So the FlightAware software tells you that you're running your FlightAware, your FlightAware system, and MLAT. So the signal's comprised of, like I said, MLAT, which is multilateration synchronized devices with other users using the system, which basically means you're connected to the network and you're providing information on one of the few aircraft you may miss. The mode is mode S, and then it goes to ADS-B. So mode S is when you're getting a ping back without the actual full data. That's the real signal, and the ADS-B's piggyback to the mode S signal. It's all interesting stuff, and I'll show you the antenna. So I've got my antenna up there. You've seen it on the previous video. It's the ADS-B 1090 MHz antenna, fed with 50 ohms coax. It's high up on the gable end of the house. So as you remember, if you've been following, I started a lot of this aircraft tracking when I picked this Radtel up. I must say it's been a really good way to get into it. The Baofeng's are really good as well. The Baofeng Mini is just as good. But what I like about this radio is it's got the free VFOs, so a little bit more, but it's been really handy. So that's what we're receiving the aircraft signals on. It's the Maldol 6-band mobile antenna, just perched nicely on the shed. And it does a fine job, and I can receive other bands on it as well. I should imagine that Diamond F23 up high will do an even better job. Let's take a look and see what happens when I plug that in. So you can hear it. It's coming in. That's the Diamond F23 receiving that one. And yeah, to do that, I've got myself another new bit of kit as usual. So let's have a quick look and see what I've been spending my money on. So this is a new toy. It's a Yaesu FTM 150. And it's a great radio because it's very nice on the air band. It covers all the other bands, obviously, well, the VHF, UHF bands, and the 220 megs band. But I really specifically got it because I was wanting it to receive on AM. And it does a great job, so I'm very pleased with it. I programmed it up with the Yaesu software, which is online, and I put that onto the micro SD card, which goes in the side, just in there. There's people done videos on all that kind of stuff, fairly straightforward. So I've just put my favourite frequencies in. And we've got like all kind of local and a little bit more distant air signals pre-programmed. So I'm going to let you have a quick listen. It sounds awesome. It just goes well with the aircraft tracking. I can watch the screen and I can listen to the aircraft as they make transmission. It's quite good fun. I've started to keep a little log, to be fair. I'll show you some of the stuff.
Turn right heading 065, base leg, descent to altitude 3,000 feet. Right heading 065, descent 3,000 feet, turning 61, Charlie uniform.
So it's got a great sound. And obviously I can monitor two different bands on the same band, see two different stations on the same band at the same time, or I can do a combination. So it is a really cool piece of kit, and we can just flick around. We've got the VHF calling channel in there, and it receives really nice. I made a couple of contacts on the 2 meter band and it works really well. So very happy with this purchase, and I've still got the FT2980 obviously, which is a monobander. But I wanted this because of the quality of the airband reception and the ease that I can just flick in between the obviously two different kind of signals.
Wet, yes, not reported, not reported, not reported. Coverage 100%, 100%, 100%. Surface wind 220, 16 knots. Visibility 10 kilometer or more. Showers in the vicinity. Scattered 800.
So that's what we call ASP, that's the audio filtering system, and it's got the DX, which is a bit like RF gain amplifier. So yeah, it seems to work quite nice, and it's great on the airband. So yeah, very busy. So that's what we've been spending our money on, and so far so good. So really recommend getting this if you like airband reception, and obviously it's good for the other stuff as well. So yeah, it's actually got dual reception, and it's also a real crossband radio, so it has full duplex, meaning that you can listen to different bands at the same time. So pretty useful for satellite work if you want to use it for the FM birds. So I'll probably give that a whirl at some stage.
4,000 feet, turn right 070 degrees, climb 4,000 feet, Singapore 301.
So yeah, some interesting stuff coming in. Speaking of interesting stuff, I'm just going to show you one or two of the nice birds I've been receiving. So like I said, it's been really busy. This actual reception range has increased with the antenna, and the 1090 bandpass filter made a great difference as well. So we're off to scale at the minute when we're coming to the range. So I'm going to show you some of the fantastic stuff that I've actually been receiving. So yeah, I've made a little log, as you can see. We've got some MLAT signals, we've got some ADS-B signals, we've got a lot of military aircraft which I've just been tracking and keeping a log of, and just seeing just how many different ones are in the air, and the list goes on. So yeah, I've had a lot of C-17s fly over, some C-5s, and a couple of little special ones as well. So yeah, this was one of my favourites. It was a KC-135 overhead. And then I saw another one, so I got that one in a log as well. So yeah, this was quite an interesting practice flight from this A400M which I managed to monitor. But these refueling ships, they are really cool when they appear on the screen. By keeping a log, I was able to note the tail numbers, and then I realised just how many different birds were in the air. Yeah, some of the models which you see up there, absolutely awesome. So the homemade log's pretty good because I've got the ident number in there and all the different ones coming across. So any ones that are duplicates, I won't bother put in, but at least I know I've seen them before. So a lot of them signals came in on what we call the S mode, and then I managed to pick them up later as I got a bit nearer on ADS-B. Some of them are MLAT, which is the one through the network. So as you can see, the information is quite good, as is the reception using the ADS-B aircraft tracking stuff. So good fun, not unlike tracking satellites. The fun about this one is you can obviously check out all the different countries, different types of aircraft, and yeah, it's alright. It's another aspect to radio. And connected to the airband, it makes it even more fun to monitor and listen. But obviously you don't need to go to a lot of expense to do this. Particular Baofeng Mini, I've found it absolutely unbeatable. It's amazing. It monitors two bands at the same time, easy to use, it works really well on AM, and is absolutely dirt cheap to buy. So like I said, a few of you have asked me about the ADS-B setup, and I just thought I'd share a little bit more information. Obviously always happy to answer any questions regarding it, and it's lots of fun. It does go really well with the amateur radio hobby, but of course you don't need a license to track aircraft. All you need is an antenna and a radio, and if you want to monitor what the position is, you just need the Pi Aware software, FlightAware, or you can get other versions, and also you can get yourself a Raspberry Pi system. Once you set this FlightAware system up, you apply for a FlightAware account. That is an enterprise account. It becomes free of charge, and you can have access to lots of other cool features, which I've shown a few of them to you already. So that just about comes to the end of this. It's just a kind of a piece to piece, all the bits and pieces which I've been putting together for the ADS-B tracking software, which is great fun. And yeah, I've been fortunate that I've been doing it for 5 years, thanks to my good friend Pat from HRO over there in Portland, Oregon. Hi boys. And he sent me the Raspberry Pi setup in the first place. So I received quite well with the homemade antenna, but obviously with the new 1090 antenna, it's even better, especially with that filter added. So thanks for watching. If you are thinking about getting involved in air traffic tracking, it's lots of good fun, especially when you've got the radio and reception to go alongside of it. I'll catch you soon, and yeah, keep the questions coming in. Have a great Easter, and this is M0YKS saying 73.
I specialise too in